When it comes to pulling exercises like chin-ups and rows, calisthenics are goated, bro. What's up, guys? Alec Onkiri here, and today all I really want to do is show some love to calisthenics exercises and how these movements shine specifically when it comes to pulling exercises like chin-ups and rows and all of their variations. Over time, I have grown to become of the opinion that you simply cannot beat the level of strength and muscular development that can be attained in the back muscles by incorporating a variety of calisthenics pulling movements and making these movements a strong emphasis in your training program over a period of years and years. Basically, your bread and your butter when it comes to pulling type exercises. If you have an emphasis on calisthenics movements, I believe that you will attain greater strength and muscularity in the long run than if you eschew these exercises in favor of free weight or machine-based movements primarily. Now, am I saying don't do pull downs? Am I saying don't do barbell rows? Am I saying don't do different varieties of chest supported rows or cable rows or even face pulls? No, of course not. I incorporate all of these movements myself as well, except for really freestanding rowing variations. I've talked about that before in the past, but I do utilize the rest of these movements quite heavily, both in my own programming as well as in programming for my clients. However, I believe that the emphasis in the training program, the majority of the time, as it pertains to your pulling movements, should be on calisthenics-based exercises. So this is going to include things like a variety of different chin-ups, as well as a variety of different inverted rowing exercises. Primarily, you can adjust both of those categories of movements to create a whole bunch of different types of pulls. And I believe that if you make these movements your primary pulling emphasis, that you will attain greater strength and muscularity in your back muscles over the course of your training career. Now, it's important to note that we may need to take several key steps in order to get to the point where you can actually get the most out of these calisthenics exercises. And that's going to be because there's going to be a lot of variability in terms of relative strength levels from individual to individual, right? So some people may need to regress some of these exercises quite heavily in order to become proficient enough at moving their own body weight to really get the most out of these movements. And part of that phase may even include emphasizing non-calisthenics based pulling exercises more so than calisthenics based pulling exercises for a period of time in order to help acquire this proficiency. But if you can get to a point where you're cranking out 20 or 30 inverted rows at body weight only and maybe 20 or 30 chin-ups again at body weight only across several different types of variations, then suddenly you gain an immense number of options in terms of how you can train these movements. Now you have access to all different types of rep ranges. It's going to encompass light weights, medium weights, and heavy weights for a variety of different stimuli. You can train all the different major muscle groups in the back as well as emphasize different regions of the back depending on how you move your body weight, as well as what different types of grips that you use, grip style as well as grip width. And in general, these exercises just lend themselves really, really well to accruing large amounts of productive volume without really beating the body up to that great of an extent. They have a high stimulus to fatigue ratio. And in the long run, this is going to allow you to build more strength and more muscle on the backside of the body, which is something that pretty much all of us need. It only really takes a cursory glance at even a relatively small calisthenics-based athlete to see that they are capable not only of very impressive physical feats, but that they possess a level of development in the back muscles that you don't often see elsewhere, especially in lifters of a roughly equivalent size. So whereas a small calisthenics athlete will probably still have an impressive back, a small lifting athlete is not going to have anything impressive going on the backside of their body. And this makes calisthenics movements the GOAT when it comes to pulling exercises. So this is a PSA. Do your damn chin-ups and do your damn inverted rows and do a whole bunch of different types of them. Do them often and do them through a variety of different rep ranges at a variety of different intensities and become a master of your own body weight. Your strength and muscularity in your back will go a much longer way if you can accomplish this. And that's all I got for today, guys. Check out OnKiriEliteFitness.com for online coaching and training programs and keep training hard. I will catch you guys next time.